What's up, y'all? How we doing?
Yo,
It was
we
good.
live?
Yeah, we live. We're live right
Yes,
now.
sir. Yes, sir. We are back with another live stream of To the Baja. Y'all today we are virtual. We got people moving around this summertime. You know how shit get down. But we
It's a
still got my
fact.
brother. Theo Pinson in the building. He's in a Rico. My boy Hong. I don't know where he. I'm not finna dox him. But, but y'all, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hong, I know you said you
Yo,
got
we
something.
finding Theo, bro.
What we finding him for? Yeah, actually, no, that shit crazy. Why did you
He
send him an
fucking
invite
late,
in the chat?
bro. What you mean, bro? Theo always late, bro. We finding Theo, bro. What you think, chat? Theo, can you
When
hear
you be saying
us?
when niggas be saying chat, I be thinking they talk about chat GPT sometimes.
Nah, bro. And then we got
Hold on, hold
yo,
on.
they say
I gotta
Charlie
get
needs
my
to be drug tested.
shit
Holy
right.
shit. I think is it
Drug
for the dick
tested.
comments? That shit was insane.
Yo, no, that is crazy. That is crazy. He never living that one down.
So yo, before we get started, everybody, just so you all know, we'll be running a new game on here. It's called Aquamo. It's it's a little fun game. We'll shoot some hoops virtually. There'll be a cash prize. I'll put a little graphic up in a little bit, but you can scan and hit the QR code. There's a pot of money involved as well. So I'm telling you guys right now, y'all want to get into it. There's no Charlie today, MT. It's just me, Theo, and Cam. But Aquamo is going to be a lot of fun for us. You guys will enjoy it. We're going to be playing for some bread, and we'll be
Yeah.
bringing it to you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We get to the hoops in real life and virtually. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and scan that code.
Yes, sir. So we'll be jumping on Aqua next week. We'll be playing with you guys. At 1 o'clock every single, well, 1 o'clock Central. We'll be playing, and you can see everybody playing on the screen. And you can put in a little money, $5, $10, but whoever wins that week gets all the pot of money. So it'll be a lot of fun. So, anyways, let's get to the show, fellas. Let's get to the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We still got the finals going today. Fellas, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? It's Juneteenth, game six. First of all, it went a lot farther than what Hong thought it would go. I said at least 6 games. Shout out to the Pacers.
Bro, I
But
said five, so that's not much longer. It's one game longer right now. One. Let's put that in perspective.
okay,
One.
there's only two more possible games longer, so it won't be
Exactly.
much longer.
So if it's two, if it's game seven, I give it to you. But one more, no, I'm not giving it to you.
I said 6 or 7, bro. Like, come on. I
Yeah, but
did.
you
I
talking
said for sure
about
we're
you
gonna go
said
seven.
you said much longer though. But if it goes to seven, I give it to you. But I said for me, it's one game. Come on, what we
I mean, I
doing?
said 6. I'm gonna give it to myself anyway. So,
All right, cool, cool. You do that.
but now what I'm saying is, what do we think, dude? How the vibes feeling? Do we think they got a chance to push it to Game 7? I seen they were already printing out Game 7 hats in Indiana.
Were they?
Yes,
Isn't
yes, yes.
Tyrese out?
I think he's gonna be a game time decision.
Game time decision. I personally feel like it's gonna go 7. Um,
Mm.
I think that's just been a makeup of the playoffs so far. I think it's one of those things where the home crowd is gonna prevail them to win this game. Um, I just don't see the Pacers going out like that. To be honest, you come this far, you're a well connected team, and I think they're gonna find and this thing can go two ways. It could go in a way where Tyrese plays well, everything's fine, they end up winning the game. But also it's like a telltale for OKC because you don't know which team you're having to prepare for. And if you prepare for a team without Tyrese, you're like, oh shit, well, a little bit better defensively. And you thought they was playing by committee before. Now everybody gonna try to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a push and pull thing. You get more TJ McConnell. You hope he plays well, but also it does make it a little bit more difficult for Indiana in Hines in the other way, just because Dort gets to guard somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be very tough, but I think Indiana can find a way to win this game.
Facts.
Hold on, guys. We dropped off. Hold on, we dropped off. What happened? I can't even bring everybody back in. 1 second. What is going on? Um, you guys rejoin. You guys leave this and come back. Cool. This thing is all messed up. I don't know. Sorry, guys, one sec. You hold up.
You're
All right, cool. You're back in. You're back in. Damn, bro, the malfunctioning, man. All right.
hey, we back live.
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Bet.
They said Tyrese playing.
It.
I saw him as questionable, but that was like 40 minutes ago. But yeah,
I'm
Theo,
pretty
we're
sure he's
live.
gonna
Somebody
play.
said somebody said he playing on Pat McAfee or something today.
You want to turn your camera on, Theo?
Uh,
Oh, is my camera? Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so let's start
yeah.
over. Let's start over. Game six.
Oh
We
yeah.
all don't
Bet.
think. You think it's going seven or what?
I think it's going 7. But just breaking news, betting guys, is that he's fully intending to be playing tonight. I just got that.
Y'all think he is
So,
that? Y'all think he's that hurt?
I mean, not if you playing. Yeah, I
I
guess. I
think
guess
for him
not.
to, I feel like for him to play the rest of that game, he's hurt, but I don't know how bad it is. Like it's probably tight. The thing about the strain is just like it could get worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The fact that he played that second half is a positive sign. Having two
yeah.
days of treatment and shit like that can help it. But at the same time,
Recording
man,
in progress.
you really probably gonna attack this man all night long.
Yeah.
Like they are they. If I'm OKC, there's not a possession he's not in it,
Who's he going to
and
guard?
that I mean he's gonna guard the same person he's been guarding. I mean he probably get Dort or something, but at the
Or
end of the day, Dort gonna be in every ball screen where he has to guard the ball, and over time when you have to hedge every ball screen, get back to yours, like that shit gonna wear him down. But like I said, they got other bodies, and that's the beauty of this Indiana team. Is like if he don't got it and the other guy playing well, at this point you really got to go with the other guy.
we're
You don't
gonna
got
have
to
to
know
talk
whether.
about that. We're gonna talk about that because they still do have TJ McConnell.
Yeah,
And a lot of people are asking some of the same questions I was asking. Why was TJ McConnell not in the game when OKC started making that run?
That boy about to look like
Especially,
Deladova in this game, bro.
I mean, I feel you, bro, but Nimhart was abysmally bad. He
No,
had
no, I'm
like
not
four.
saying you're wrong. I'm just saying he's about to look like Deladova in this game, playing 40 minutes at that high of a level.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
such a different
But
level. Like, with Gallinari, we had Gallinari on the pod. He said when he was playing 35 minutes as a starter and when he played 22 minutes, but he had a deeper playoff run, he didn't even feel it. TJ McConnell
Mm-hmm.
has not been playing 40 minutes a game at the highest level guarding Share, whoever it is. He's about to be cooked.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
but he's not
gonna.
gonna play
He,
40 minutes if Tyrese is playing.
I don't
I'm
think
just
Tyrese
saying,
gonna play man much.
I think he'll give him like at least 20, 25. Um, my thing is this though. I think he's your second leading scorer going into the fourth. You can't get a bucket. Tyrese obviously didn't have it. Nimhart for sure didn't have it. At the 7:36 minute mark, when they started really struggling, and I think they had a timeout or a free throw when they had time to put him in, I was shocked to see him not go to the scorer's table.
it's a push and pull thing because it's the reason I saw why they didn't take Nimhart out. Regardless, Shea had 30, right? But
Yeah.
like he definitely had to work for it. Nimhart's done the best job on Shea that I've seen. Like he does a really
Yeah.
good job on him, like wearing
Because
him
he
down,
knows
just being
him.
he knows him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that makes a difference. That's why it was hard for them to take him out. Cause like, listen, because if you really think about it, J Dub is the one who had it going.
Yeah.
And then when that was going on, they was like, okay, he's doing so well on Shea, we can't take him out. But then it got to the point where they was like, it's like in hockey when they take out the goalie at the end of the game because they got to score. At that
Yeah.
point, Nimhart wasn't scoring. He was not doing the best offensively. So they're like, fuck it. We got to go offensive minded. So they put McConnell and Tyrese out there and said, all right, we're just going to try to go buckets at this point because we got to put points on the board.
Yeah.
What I would say to you guys though is, and I didn't watch the Pacers early on this season, Theo. I know you did. Didn't Nebhard, when he was injured, didn't the team look so different because of what he does defensively and how he adds, I guess, a second ball handler? Like, I know he didn't play well, and you say abysmal, Cam. Let's be clear on the offensive end, right? Everything else he does, I think, is so important for the Pacers. But I didn't watch him that much early. Theo, what are your thoughts? Because when y'all said he was injured early, you said they look like a completely different team.
I think it's just the toughness and tenacity. When you're playing and you got somebody up there playing, picking up 94 feet and working their ass off, it's kind of like a trickle down effect where it's like, okay, you feel like a dickhead if you don't match his energy. So if he's going to do that the whole time, then you're subject to be like, all right, let me come to the party. Let me go ahead and do what I can do to help my teammates work as hard as he is. And I think that's where he sets the tone every single night where you know what he gonna do, you know what he gonna bring, and then when he does that and set the table and done as good a job as we've seen on Shea, then that's where it comes to hey look because you got to think about it. Those shots that he hit in Game 4 were they on Nimhart? No,
No.
they were on Neesmith. You know what I'm saying? Like Nimhart does the best on him. I'm not saying he stops him. He ain't no stopping him, but you can contain him and make him work for everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree. I just think my only thing is I just think they waited too late to go offensive only mindset. I think
Yeah.
I probably would have done it no later than 4 or 5 minutes left in the quarter. That's probably when I would do it. But again, just that's hindsight too as well.
I mean, on the
Yeah.
But he
flip side,
definitely,
Tyrese Halliburton's been the most clutch player in the league based on stats, right?
yeah,
In this playoffs. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to say I can't play Tyrese when I don't know what the number was, but at the time it was 13 for 15 and all the big shots he's made. So,
I
you
think he
know,
still is.
he looked terrible in what was it, game two, one? He didn't look good, but he hit the
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
shot. So it's
In the
tough
big
when you
shot.
have a player that shows up in the clutch for you to bench him. That's all hindsight because every other moment he's played poorly, but he's shown up with the last 5 minutes. So I, I don't necessarily agree with that about the whole they should have played TJ McConnell earlier because he showed up when it's mattered the most,
Oh,
other
I
than
wouldn't
last
can't
game.
take out Tyrese though.
Oh no,
Tyrese would I would
oh, okay, cool. But I mean, a lot of people the chatter. So who would you have took out at Nebhard?
yeah, because he had 4 turnovers in like a 5 minute span.
So then,
Yeah,
so then you have,
he did have some big turnovers.
but then
And
you have a
that's the
Yeah.
thing, is like,
one-legged, then you have a one-legged
I
Tyrese or
mean
a TJ
I
McConnell on
feel that,
Shea.
but Nimhart was really like negative that spurt. Like he helped spark that whole run. 4 turnovers in like a 5 minute span is really bad.
No, no, I hear you,
Like,
but
really bad.
yeah, I mean, you just gotta look at push and pull, right? That's what I always
Yeah.
look at.
Like I said, that's
so the
also in
question
hindsight
is,
too,
who's
though.
the most important?
Who's the most important?
Sound like Nimhart.
Nimhart is the most important
Not
as
most
far
important,
as
but he's like if they don't have Nimhart, are they in the same part, same spot?
I mean, no, for sure. But that's my point though, is he can't be a negative though. Like it'd be different if he wouldn't turn the ball over, he didn't have it offensively. You keep him on the floor just for defensive,
Mm-hmm.
but he was actually a negative. Like
No,
he
for
helped
sure.
spark the run. That's what I'm saying.
Agreed,
They
but
And
wouldn't have
that's
got
the
this game
thing.
if he
Is
turned the
like
ball over.
he is the guy that has to play well for them to win this series. Because at the end of the day, Dort's taking Halliburton out the game, right?
Yeah.
If he's going to do that, that secondary ball handler has to make the plays. So ultimately, that's Nimhart. But at the same time, that's where Pascal, he's going to have to be ultra aggressive tonight. Like, and if he shoot a shot, fuck it, shoot it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be something like that because at that point, he is the next guy that has to take over. If Hallie is going to be, let's say he has with the calf injury, you use your calf damn near every step you take. So, I mean, you do use your calf every step you take. So at that point, he's going to be 60, 70% at most. Because in
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
back of your head, in the back of your mind, you're going to think as soon as and it's not even going to be a routine play. It's going to be something random where he's going to feel something and then be like, oh, fuck. Can I do that move? Can I do this move? And I'm sure he's testing it out multiple ways, but in a situation like this, they're probably not even testing it. They're probably like, bro, just rest that bitch and
Yeah.
then go out there and play. Don't
Yeah.
even try to do anything. Don't re-aggravate it. He might go out there and get some shots up, do a couple moves here and there. Other than that, you just gotta go hoop.
I'm not playing him then, if that's the case. I'm not playing him.
I'm what's the term they use? I'm monitoring the situation.
He don't got they don't got no choice.
He gonna start for sure. We gonna see how
Yeah,
he
he ain't got no choice.
yeah, like I mean, yeah, if he
You're
just can't
not
give you anything, yeah, you take him out. But
you're not sitting your franchise guy, game 6 of the finals.
yeah,
Like, this is the final. They sat him last year when he was hurt in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it
that
was
shit was
that close. You know what I'm saying? This year they're in the finals, bro. At that point,
Bro,
I'm trying.
if
You got to give me the opportunity to try.
that strain can become a tear, right?
Yeah,
He gonna be
fucking with.
hobbling around on one leg against that OKC team that is long and athletic and likes to get up and down the court. It doesn't. It's not a pretty formula, bro.
I mean, I feel like, but if you gonna go out, you go out with your best shit. Like you gonna try and see what he gives you at least. I agree.
Exactly.
If you see he not gonna give you shit, yeah, you take him out. But you know what I'm saying, you owe him
No, I
that to at
know that, but
least take him out.
I
Let's
don't
see
think
what you
he'll play
got.
well. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not gonna play
Yeah,
well, in my opinion. It
Yeah, the
just
only person, the only person that can really, the only person that knows is him.
yeah,
Like I, there's times I'm a big believer in availability is the best ability, especially being injured multiple times in my career. So I'm gonna go out there as long as I know I can play and be productive. When you know you're not productive, he'll sit down. He's not gonna fuck his team up of a chance to be in game 7. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ultimately at this point, it might be the best bet for him. Go out there and try and be like, bruh, nah, I don't got it. And immediately I will go in the back, get more treatment, and continue to try to work for game 7 immediately.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because the best thing for Indiana right now is they're playing at home. So you
Mhm.
would think those guys could play well enough at home to steal one, go to game 7 and see if he can one game, give him some Toradol. Let's do this, motherfucker. And let's call it a day.
yeah,
Hey man, if I don't know, man, hamstrings are tough injuries, as you guys know. So I don't know.
true.
I'm not playing around with that, but
But
that's up to him.
I mean, he at least he got the rest of the offseason. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go out and see what you got. He got hella months to recover from that shit.
For
But like
sure.
Theo, talk about that though, right? Because the reality of it is you've had a lot of injuries early in your career, and I talk to people about like just the difference of being injured is like you don't get to work on your game when you're injured, Theo, in the offseason. You spent what, like the first since you're 17 to 20 trying to get healthy in the offseason?
Shit. That's the tough part. Is hopefully you don't go into the off season with like a crazy injury because then at that point you really do just got to sit down. You can't do anything. And
Yeah,
then
and you're the same
most of
player
the
you were.
yeah, exactly. So most of these guys are gonna just take a break anyway.
Oh, it's a
And
sprained
that's
calf.
what
My fault, guys.
yeah. Some a lot of guys are gonna just be chilling anyway right after the season. But this is what Draymond was talking about. He was just like, the offseason really isn't that long for these guys. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, if you go to the finals, the offseason is not that long. You got to
you
think
got two
a lot of
two
guys have
less
been done
months.
for. 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. You got 2 less months.
2 less months than everybody else. Like guys have been on second vacations, done all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, summer league is in like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Free agency is in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Like dudes are thinking about their next season, and these dudes are thinking about right now of winning a championship. The mindset, bro. Indiana's making trades right now. They made a trade during the fucking finals.
Shit, someone on OKC could get traded next week at the draft next week.
That's what I'm
Hold
saying.
up. Did
So
Tyrese play in FIBA 23?
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's gone nonstop for 2 years, pretty
Yeah.
Yeah, he
much.
pretty much. Yeah, he been nonstop. And like I said, the body would tell your ass to sit down. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
right now. Your body would tell you to sit the fuck down.
Michael
But
Nassa
I hope
says
he.
just hopefully he doesn't pop his Achilles, man. Hopefully he doesn't, man. Knock on some wood for him.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, not gonna some fucking wood. But it's crazy because it's everyone's like, yeah, you shouldn't play. I'm like, bro, as a competitor, if it was me, I'm going out there. I'm at least starting the game.
It's the finals,
I'm gonna
bro.
sit.
For
Yeah,
me,
I'm at least starting the game and just saying, fuck it, bro. Like we done came. I know you done went through the whole season, and then for the bro, I'm gonna at least try. And then if I know I can't go today, and if he knows in shoot around, he needs to tell them. In shoot around, like if you there's certain movements you do, there's certain things you do, like nah, bro. And you got Dort guarding you, he's gonna test you. Come on, bro. Nah.
yeah, and they not being too finicky with the fouls. Like they gonna let you slide to the finals. So
I think
he
there's
gonna
no
be able to
time
push
off
it.
too. Like you said, there's no like Dort. Although Dort is not the most punishing offensive player, he gonna crash the boards. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be a problem if Tyrese can't really move. So, but I don't know. Like it is what it is. Y'all are right too. Like you got to give it a shot in the NBA Finals. You can't not play
yeah.
if
But
you can
Because
try.
you don't know when they gonna be back. Like you know what I'm saying. This could be your
exactly.
one shot to win.
No, I agree.
What what
I agree.
what type of they said a grade one strain,
Let me check right now.
Yeah.
or did they just say right calf strain?
So he has every intention of playing. Let me see, calf strain. He has. He reportedly he doesn't even have an MRI yet.
Oh, that boy don't even want
Uh,
to check.
yeah, they didn't want to see.
Oh no, they did. No, so they have an MRI, but he pushed play. So I don't even think they're releasing it. Sorry, so he just got an MRI on Tuesday. They didn't say a
That's
grade,
not
yeah.
good.
So when did he sprain his calf? When did he sprain his calf by that or strain his calf? Did y'all
Like
do you
the
remember the play?
like he was just going off the
He was
dribble
he was going
uh
left,
to the left.
and
Yeah, I
that's the
mean,
problem. And that's the problem. Like when you do that, he does a lot of herky jerky movements. Where like
yeah.
when he does go, like if he goes back here and pushes off, that's the one that you really got to test. Can he do that? And he was doing that second half. Like second half, he looked normal. Like he didn't look like he was hurting or anything. He just didn't play well.
I think it was a
But
mental thing.
yeah, if he can't do the pop, 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 step back and then explode, it's gonna be tough for him because his shot is already funky and he needs a little more time to get separation. If he can't get the separation, what is he really out there for?
Hmm. Man,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
sucks for him, bro.
It
How
does.
Terrible
y'all
timing.
how y'all I know Theo mentioned it earlier. How y'all feel about something a team making a trade while they're in the finals?
There was no players, so
I
Yeah.
know, but it's still
I was
insane
cool.
though, right? It's still
Yeah.
Nah, that
insane to
was
think
crazy.
this is
Can
the
you trade
first
a
time it's
player
ever
while you're in the
happened.
finals?
No, you can't. Trade deadline's over. You can only trade
Oh yeah,
assets.
dude.
But
Yeah. You
Okay.
can only trade assets.
but you're
They
making
basically did
trades
trade a nigga though.
mid-finals.
They
Who
basically did
did
trade a nigga.
That's insane to me, bro. You're mid-finals and you're like, okay, how do we get draft capital? I mean, I guess they're going all day. They're just continuing going on, right? So it is what it is.
But that's the thing though, bro. That's the crazy part when you make it this far. Like I said, I didn't play. I say this all the time because I don't need nobody trying to talk shit because I'm gonna get tight. I know I didn't play, but when we went to the Western Conference Finals, dudes were going on their second vacation, and we were just getting done. And I'm like, the season felt forever. So I can only imagine being in the finals and you're sitting here. These organizations, they still got to do draft workouts. The
Yeah,
combine happened, the lottery happened. Ain't the draft next week?
The
the
draft's next
25th, the first
Wednesday.
day.
Wednesday,
The
yeah.
Yeah,
draft is next Wednesday, bro. Like they don't have time to just like that's what's tough about it. They can't even enjoy their
like
team. This is the first time these teams, not the first time, but like this is their first championship they could win. And they can't even really just enjoy it because they still got to work on this other shit.
because
Like
think
it's
about this, Theo.
crazy.
If they go to Game 7, it's on Sunday, bro. The draft is on Wednesday. They only have like really 2 days to prepare for that.
It's not
And
going
then at that
seven though,
point,
guys. It's not going
All right,
seven.
my boy.
at that, at that point, fuck that draft. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I can
Yeah.
bring up first chip, bro. Both of them cities gonna be on
Either team?
shutdown. Everybody on locked in on the screen.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one
No
No,
gives
one
a
no,
damn.
cares.
this is a good draft though. Shout out to Cooper. Man's having dinner at Bob's, right? Bob's is not
Yes,
good though. The
sir.
Austin, at least the
Yes,
Austin
sir.
one. You ever been to Bob's,
They
Theo?
said it's not that good though. No, I've not been
Bob's
to
is good.
Bob's.
Nah,
The
Bob's
They
is
Bob,
said the
good, bro.
Bob's
draft.
on.
You
They
gotta
said the
go. Look,
draft
you
is
gotta go to
kind
the
of
one in
mid.
Holland Park. Look, I went to the one in Holland Park for my birthday. You gotta go to one because Bob actually be there, so they be on their stuff.
I hear you,
Bob
but no,
actually.
but Theo, the top half of the draft is good. The bottom half is not good, right?
Yeah,
That's what they're
yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. They said it. They
Yeah,
said it's top heavy. They
top
said
10.
after eight gets dicey. Everybody the same at that point.
Tough for the Raptors, bro.
I
Trying to
give
get
them a lot,
KD.
like 12, because Knuckle, Proctor, like they got some good people still.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
There's no stars.
I mean, yeah, nah, but you got some, I think, viable players
Yeah, I
though.
don't think Ace
Can
Bailey or
replace
Dylan
the
Harper are
guys.
gonna be a star. Are you talking about like after that?
I'm talking about after that.
No,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
with you. I don't believe it either. But
How do we
I
feel
don't even
about
believe
the
in
Ace?
Cooper like that.
How do we feel about the Ace Bailey situation?
I don't
If
really
you are
care
you
about it
familiar?
to be honest.
You don't care about it. I mean,
No, I
because they
mean
say
like
yeah, he
more
went.
so like he's trying to position his draft stock. It happens every year. Like it's just more public.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
It's
all
definitely
players do
some.
this, Theo?
I don't know about
Not
all
all,
players.
but
I think.
I wouldn't say all, but doesn't it happen every year where people are trying to position their drafts?
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
he drafted here.
People definitely trying to go where they're wanted.
Yeah.
But he ain't been nowhere.
He ain't been nowhere. He's only a non-international player who hasn't been to a draft workout yet with a team.
Like he ain't been to one, bro.
I won.
No, I know that,
So
but
that
he thinks
That's
he's the
I don't
number
different.
know
one pick,
anybody.
bro.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody has done that where they ain't go to one workout.
Cooper
But
insisted on working out for Dallas, they said. They didn't even need him to work out. He insisted on working out. That's what I read.
he's not
Really?
coming to Dallas.
No, I said Cooper.
Oh, I thought you said Ace. I was like,
Oh yeah.
what's he doing
No,
that
no. So
for?
Cooper insists. If I read correctly, I just skimmed through it. He insisted on working out before when they met with him yesterday. Like they didn't even want him to work out, but he insisted on it. So I guess Cooper really liked that. He believes in himself like that. He bet on himself.
Hey man, don't trade the pick.
No, they need to trade that pick.
Yeah, I mean, you funny as shit, man.
Go after
Oh,
Giannis,
who they
bro.
getting?
Giannis.
If we're not getting Giannis, I don't want to trade
No,
the pick.
no. I agree with you, but I'm going after Giannis. That's my point. I'm going after
Yeah, I mean,
Giannis.
no, for sure. Like I said, I already told you, I'm making the phone call for Giannis, but I heard that price tag is insane right now for that
The
nigga.
price
Especially
tag
he
got to
hasn't
be
requested a
crazy.
trade.
Hey, Cooper Flag is worth it. If most Cooper Flag is considered a generational talent by some in the league, some not. I don't
You
know if
think
you're gonna
he's
get
the
a better
equivalent?
prospect.
So he's the equivalent of two good players and 4 first rounds. That's what they're asking for, apparently.
What do you? I mean, he's not. He's the player value you need. Let's talk about which is great. I'm glad you brought this up. Right? Everybody's mad about the haul for Bane versus the haul for Luca. I saw the tweet that Anthony Davis is worth 4 first round picks. What is everybody crying about? If you try to trade for Anthony Davis right now, how much? What is he going to get you? He's going to get you a Desmond. He's going to get you a player like KCP, two good vets, and at least 4 or 5 picks. Like, what are we crying about?
Easily.
Yeah, no,
Easily,
like, I agree. I agree.
easily.
It's
You,
not the same. It's
there's
not the
not
same.
there's not one NBA team that would not take Anthony Davis.
But that's my whole point. Why are people crying about this guy? It's just it's ridiculous, man. Like I saw the tweet. I'm like, how do we not feel AD is worth 4 or 5 picks?
Again,
Anybody in
when
the
he's healthy, he's
NBA,
a top 10 player in the league.
yeah, anybody in the NBA, if you call and be like, "Yo, we wanna move Anthony Davis," they'll be like, "What do you need? What do you want?"
He's
Even teams with centers
is he the
I
best
don't.
with
two-way
And
player in the league?
even if they would trade Joel Embiid, they would trade. The only person that probably wouldn't be traded is Luka and your boy
Jokic.
Jokic.
Where
Yeah,
does AD rank in best two-way players in the league?
He's probably easily top five,
I say top
probably
three.
top three.
I say
Yeah,
Guards
he
top
and
three.
probably
bigs.
top
So
three.
who's up there for guards? He's the best two-way big in my opinion.
Uh,
Guards, Anthony Edwards probably one.
Anthony Edwards one. Then
shit.
I
I
would
think
probably
you
go
put him. You can put Jalen Brown in the conversation next.
I say
Jalen
Jalen.
Brown.
And
JT can guard though. That's why
hey,
I know.
shit, the nigga in the finals right now, Jalen, J Dub right
Yeah,
now.
he's
J
up
Dub's
there. He's
not.
top
He's
five.
up.
J Dub's not top five. You think J Dub's
You
top
can't name
five?
three of them.
I mean,
I
no,
put
I had to
JT
lead up
before
top
him.
for guard. Are we talking about just guards right
No,
now?
I'm talking
You
about.
said
I'm talking about.
guards.
No, no. I was
You just said
saying. No, I was
guards.
just asking to list some other guards, but I'm talking about top five. Period.
Oh
He's not in my
no.
top
I'm not
five.
saying top
Period.
five in the
No.
league. I was talking about just guards.
Wemby's got to be up there,
Yeah, cause shit, Wimby had
Yeah,
deep boy until he got hurt.
and Wimby,
Shit,
and then probably
Giannis.
AD. I have AD
Shit,
ahead
Anthony
ahead of
Davis,
JB.
Giannis.
Giannis. Yeah, Giannis up there.
But
Giannis up
yeah,
there.
Yeah,
yeah.
JT,
I
JB.
think Andy Davis is a better offensive player and defensive player. And talking about like just raw skills
I mean, yeah,
than
because
Giannis, in my
Anthony Davis can
opinion.
guard 1 through 5. He can
And he
guard
can
one through
shoot
five.
it.
Giannis can't. Yeah,
And I think he has.
but I
I
mean,
just think he has
I
better
think
timing too. I don't know if you guys believe that,
Giannis
like on box.
is the second best big man on both sides of the ball.
No, I
Who?
think.
Who's better than Giannis
Would y'all put
outside
Wemby
of
up
Oh
there?
yeah,
not yet
I might
until
even
he
put
have a
Wemby ahead of
yeah.
AD just
no, I
because he
wouldn't.
averages. Doesn't he average more blocks and teams in 1 month and stuff like that?
True, but what he doesn't have on that end, AD can is better on ball and AD is more
That's
skilled.
true. Yeah, Wemby's a better off the ball defender. No, I'm with that. I agree with that.
So yeah, it's
Cool.
not. I mean,
Then
we can see how he transcends into that though. He could be better, but yeah, I agree.
Cool. All right.
But
That
let's
what's
speak.
next on the list?
Hey, the Lakers just sold for 10 Bs yesterday.
Jesus Christ.
Genie Bus, if you need a side piece,
That's
Jesus
insane.
is it really?
Christ.
Is it really that to say?
That's
Not
insane.
really.
It's not really that to say.
Not
All I'm
really.
gonna say is this. So the new Lakers owner, if you aren't familiar with him, he also owns the Dodgers, and the reason why that is very important because his bankroll is crazy. He does not care about spending money. Has the highest payroll in baseball. I think besides soccer and North American sports, the dude has signed Otani for $70 million a year. And what they're saying the significance of this deal is that he's ready to spend some money. He wants to see the Lakers compete for a championship, which means there's nothing he will hold back from getting the pieces he needs.
So
The
before
league
we
is fucked.
continue that, right? But hold
He's
up.
cooked.
Before we continue that, do you know the Lakers' operating income was $200 million?
Yeah. I didn't know
It's
it was
not
that
like they
fucking
were.
cheap.
No, no, that was their operating income. That means that's how much money they made. It's not like they were
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I don't know what they mean by invest more. The Lakers are very profitable. So like what are we talking
I
about?
think they
More
were still stuck.
resources.
I think they were stuck. I think they were stuck in a lot of
Bad
old
contract.
age shit. They weren't adapting to the way the world is now. Like as far as like crypto and all this other shit that
Like a lot
everybody
of
else was doing.
a lot of the bus money is still tied up in a lot of old real estate deals. That's I mean that's how he got
No,
the
no,
Lakers
and
into
it's fair, but when I looked at Forbes and did my research quickly, and I didn't do the most. I spent 15 minutes on it. They're still making $200 million operating income on the Lakers itself. After you take
yeah
out
with the Lakers.
interest and taxes, how much do you think they have left over to spend on improving the team and everything else? Like that's what I'm saying though, right? It's like it's not like they were flat and they couldn't spend more money. That's all I'm saying.
No,
No, I
no,
mean
no.
no one
It
no one
is.
said
But you got to think though, bro. Like when there had to be some type of stinginess. Like
I'm
it
not
had to
saying there
be.
isn't. I'm just saying the
Jeannie
money was
Jeannie
there. You cannot be
herself.
stingy. That's all I'm
I mean,
saying.
I think Jeannie and themselves, like their holdings, not that they're not that liquid right now. Like that they're liquidity wise, they didn't have much cash on hand as far as that's why I mean that's why this sale came. Like they wanted more liquidity in their shit.
Yeah, hey,
Um
look, bro. The Lakers are about to be. They
yeah,
damn near might get anybody and everybody and their mama.
someone I seen a tweet, someone was like, fuck what center want to come to the Lakers. Luca, what center do you want?
Yeah, what center? What center do you want? I
What center do
promise
you
you,
want?
they're gonna call Luca, and the dude's gonna be like, "Who do you want? Bet. What
Bro,
does he
because
need?"
no, if you don't know, bro, like that's what they said happened when they were talking to Mookie and Freddie Freeman. They were like, "Would y'all be opposed to us like going all in on Otani?" And the niggas was like, "If we can get him." It was like we didn't say if we said, "Do all y'all opposed to getting Otani?" They were like, "No, we
Yeah,
fine." And they signed a nigga for
like
$70
what are we
million
talk? What are we talking about,
because
bro? Who's free agents next year?
what
But
that
but
guy
hold
Not
up.
this
did.
year, but the next
But
year.
hold up. The difference is baseball don't have a salary cap, guys. It's not like you can
But
just go infinitely spend.
you true, but the difference is they're not spending that $70 million a year right now. What he did was set a precedent that has changed
Mm-hmm.
sports with the deferred contract.
You can't do a deferred contract in the NBA, can you?
I didn't know we could do that in MLB until he did it. I
I
think
don't
that
think you
was
can
a
do it.
thing.
I don't think you can do a deferred contract in the NBA.
Is
But
there
I
a
could be
rule?
wrong. I don't
Do
know
we know
CB.
that?
I don't know. I don't think you can though. I could be wrong.
This is what makes it interesting to me. How did the Clippers? How were they able to have that type of payroll? Right?
Oh, so hang on.
Like,
Before you continue on, you can do a maximum of 25%, which is not what Otani did. So it's so
Yeah, he
different.
did like 90% of his shit
Yeah, like
deferred.
it's so different. It's so different. Hey,
Baseball ain't got no rules,
I can
bro.
take 40 this year and then I can take 55 in my last year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the same as was he
I mean,
making?
but
Is it a
yeah,
that's still a good help though. That's still a good help.
But we're talking a difference of a mil. Isn't he making $1 million a year right now?
No, like two
but
million.
I'm gonna tell you
Okay,
this.
two.
There were
Okay, bro.
they they have make the money up somewhere else.
Yeah,
For sure. But that's what they said about Otane. Otane is just living off his bro, he is literally the Japanese LeBron. He runs Japan, bro. He's the biggest
yeah.
sports figure to ever
My
like
nigga, he's really the Japanese Michael Jordan because he got gambling debt.
Yep. Look,
that's crazy.
It's
Anyway,
not
sorry,
wrong,
Keto.
bro.
Sorry for cutting you off,
It's
Theo.
not wrong.
You were
nah,
saying?
you good. Hey, nah, bro. They're gonna get whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah, no, they
They're gonna
are.
get whoever they want, bro. As long as they want to play with Luca, they good. They good.
I would
Yeah,
say
no, I'm
this:
with you.
I know it's still a salary cap, but if there's someone who's going to finagle it a little bit, it's going to be him. Because I didn't think, and there's no way in hell when they said they was meeting with Otani that he figured out a way to sign Otani. Dodgers have no like didn't have any money to do that.
You gotta think, bro. So there's the. Let me see. You can do it a couple ways. Let's say you fucking want to sign Lakers. Be like, all right, they give you 30. We give you. We give you 20. We give you 30 also, right? But we'll give you a $5 million house that you don't got to pay for. Give you two cars you don't got to pay for.
No, that's
Like
all valid. That's all valid.
that,
That's what I'm saying.
that
Like,
All valid.
all that goes out the window. All that
But
other shit
is there not a
goes
problem
out
with
the
that
window.
in the CBA deal? Because it's just like I can just give you
uh,
money on the side. There's
I
no
don't.
rules against that.
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea,
Yo,
I
but
we gotta
mean,
talk to Ty.
I don't.
I
Yo,
would say this.
that's my
I would
boy
say
Yeah, you
this.
gotta
Ty.
talk to
If you
Ty
do
about
it,
that.
if you do it through like certain shelling companies, no. If it's not the
Yeah.
entity of the Dodgers or the Lakers giving you money on the side, then no.
What I would
If there's
say
a
to you
booster who
guys,
wants to just give you some shit and they so happily live in LA, what can the league do about that?
for sure, what I would say to you guys is the one tangible thing that we can't argue with is if you have bankroll like that, your facilities can be nicer. Um, you will pay a luxury tax, right? I mean, I can't speak to actually playing for the Mavericks, but when I used to hang out in the Mavericks facility when we did the stream 2 years ago, that shit was stocked with fucking everything. It's like a little,
Facts. That's
like
what
Mark used to make sure all his players were taken care of. So all I can say on that front is they definitely probably will have a better quality of life, but I'm still going to die on the sword that the Lakers had an operating income of 200 M's. There was liquid cash. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen. Sometimes a lot of people they want to keep
Hey,
that money in their
trying to tell
pocket.
you, Jean
I
was
hear
putting
you.
that shit in real estate. She was not
I hear
paying
you.
They're
players
trying
with
to
that.
they're trying to keep that money in their own pocket.
Yeah,
Talk
that's
about
what I'm saying.
destinations. One of my places I visit quite frequently,
Not on one.
Memphis.
Memphis 901. How y'all feel about the com? Listen, I can't speak much on this because I want to be good in Memphis, literally. But how y'all feeling about the Memphis comments, man?
Uh, I mean, I think it's definitely, in my opinion, worse places than Memphis.
What's worse than Memphis?
I mean, I can speak on this. I'm from like my family's from there, but New Orleans is not that good either.
Okay,
I would say
but
it's worse, but it's competed. It's competing with
so
Memphis. Like
but
it's for sure. It's for
so
sure similar.
is New Orleans and Memphis the worst destinations in the NBA, Theo? Yes or no? You were an NBA player.
No. Uh
Don't even bring up Toronto. Toronto is a beautiful place, and the
no, I was never gonna say Toronto.
so what's worse than Memphis
Uh
or NOLA?
Now, lucky St. Louis, they got a team.
I'll be
Is
honest,
it
probably Portland.
Sac? Ooh, Portland might be it.
No, chill out on Portland. Portland's nice.
Portland's nice in the summer for like two
Yeah,
months.
But it rains every day, Cam.
Yeah, it's
yeah. It
like
rained when
nice
I
for
was there.
two.
The city
It's
is
like nice
nasty
for two
though.
months.
You're talking about around Portland. I got you around Portland, but the city of
But then
Portland
niggas
is
not
real
gonna.
nice.
They probably not gonna live in
It's
downtown Portland. They gonna
it's just
No,
probably
they
live
don't.
the crazy thing. The crazy thing about I ain't gonna lie, Memphis probably is the worst NBA city. The fact that you get robbed walking across the street to back to the hotel is insane.
that is pretty
Like,
crazy.
come on, bro. Like
That is pretty
during the
crazy.
playoffs, people got robbed.
Yeah, actually, I
Like,
do remember that shit. Yeah, that is
how does
crazy.
that
I
even
take that
happen?
back. It is Memphis.
The Memphis is the trenches, and everybody know that. But ain't
I
nothing
don't,
wrong. Like I said, they got good food.
They
Shit.
got good food.
Just-
the people,
I mean,
the
they
people there are pretty authentic. I will say that a lot. They have a lot of
yeah.
good people. So
Listen, don't mess with them. They won't mess with you. Except
Cause
when
like
you walk
worst
across the
city
street.
makes it sound so bad, like we don't fuck with the people and shit. Like it's just cause niggas be tripped. Like it is the trenches. Like
Yeah,
they gotta know
yeah.
that.
It
Like
is
you
the
talking about
trenches.
a franchise organization where this is supposed to be a family friendly game that we go to. Niggas should
If
not
you
be
want to
doing that.
hear, if you want to hear how Memphis is, go to my podcast, Run Your Race podcast, and listen to Thad Young talk about it. He will give you he will give you a summary of what Memphis is like, and then you'll understand where we're coming from.
yeah, I
And
Facts,
mean,
then
facts.
there's nothing more you need to be said.
I wish I could tell the story of the story I had in Memphis. I
We'll do
wish
that
I could
after
tell.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got to talk to TA about it to get his permission, but that was
We gotta get the
crazy.
green
Yeah,
light.
I gotta
yeah.
get the green light.
We'll let TA tell it.
We gotta
Yeah.
get the green light on
But
these things.
how y'all feel about these tweets?
Me.
Um,
I
um,
mean, John the wrong one to be saying that shit though. like, like, man, like maybe if what's his if JJJ said that shit, then cool. But like, John, nigga, we know you like the trenches, nigga. That doesn't help the
don't.
case.
What's the tweet say again?
Don't cry for me when the war is over.
Hey, John said he's sliding on every nigga saying shit about Memphis. That's all I read. I'm gonna
That's
get
all
I'm
we
John
not
Joe.
mad
got.
at it. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be in
get
that
John Joe
901.
Hey, listen, that
source
that
me.
that that interview came around full circle, didn't it? Talking about he good in the West. Got real spooky,
It got real spooky. But
real
yo,
quick.
quickly for
Hey,
everybody, make
hey,
sure you guys hit up
and for that
Aquamo.
nigga, oh,
We're gonna be playing next week, so make sure y'all get signed up.
Make
hey,
sure you
you know,
take a couple practice rounds too. That
facts.
shit
'Cause
was
I
hard,
Yeah,
sucked
low
at that
key.
shit the first
Theo
time I did
sucks
that
at the
shit.
game, bro.
I
Theo
suck too.
trash.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
booty at the game too, so I can't really talk. I
Yeah,
tried it. I was like, this
yeah.
just. But listen, if you're
Hey, but
good,
if
you
y'all
get
want to,
bread. You get some
Yeah,
bread.
listen, you get some.
Look, and as I'm saying, we're gonna lock in, though, because we're not gonna be trash on air. That's gonna be crazy being trash on air.
Come on, bro.
No, no, no.
Hell nah.
Listen, you
If
go
y'all,
try all you want. I'm just no, not happening.
You,
I
you,
played I played the game like 10 times and yeah, I'm not good at it. But whatever.
it'd be like
That's
that.
what it is.
Hey,
And I'm a
you know who
gamer.
also said? You know who also said they was gonna be good in the West, and we don't get him enough shit for? Fucking
Who?
Devin Booker. Them niggas
When did he say
averages.
that?
You remember when he did the interview? Was it with Taylor Rooks when he was like, he's like, y'all good in the West? He was like, we fine. How you gonna guard us? We good in the West. How you gonna guard us? You don't
Was
remember him
that
saying
with
that?
K was that prior to Katie or before
Oh,
or
that's
after?
when they got KD. That's when they got KD. And the Naz got swept. And then the next year, them niggas didn't make the playoffs.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Theo,
said that. That
that's
was like
Theo's
2 years ago.
classmate, bro. That's Theo's classmate.
Yeah, we don't give Devin Booker enough shit about that. We give Ja a lot of shit about that, but they made it farther than he did. That's all I'm
But
gonna say.
what yeah, I gotta see the clip and I gotta see if it was like because y'all was a little arrogant with it though.
So
It's
was
a little
Devin Booker.
different.
Devin Booker was arrogant as fuck when they got
No,
KD,
no,
bro.
so I'm saying I didn't see the clip, so I don't know.
I'll
I didn't
send
see
it. I'll
it
find it and send it to
because
you.
if it was
I'll
more
find
like,
it.
yeah, I don't know how you're gonna stop us, so I think we'll be good. That's a different conversation. But if you, because John Moran's like, I ain't worried about nobody, and then we saw
Dog.
what happened.
Devin Booker had a little smirk on his face. He was like, I don't know how niggas gonna guard us. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
Michael Onasa, shout out to you and Nakari, but basically said Taylor Rooks had him hypnotized and his headband was too
I
tight.
feel him. Hey, look,
That's crazy.
don't put me in. I'm gonna start lying too. You put me in a room with Taylor Rooks.
Oh my god. Oh my
Hey, oh,
god.
yo, guys, Ime just got extended.
Yeah. Shout
Yeah,
out to
he
Ime,
Ime,
got
man.
bad.
he is
He finna go
not
spinning
going to New
that.
York. He will
He finna
not
go
be in
spinning
New
that the
York.
address. You know what I'm
His
saying?
come up crazy, bro. That
Shout
man
out
went from
Ma. They
Boston.
did you dirty in Boston. Look, we look in Texas. In Texas, we a war real niggas. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out to Dirk and his birthday, man.
Hey, oh, today's Dirk's
Hey,
birthday?
shout out to Dirk and his birthday.
I
Born
think
on
it's Dirk's birthday.
Juneteenth, man. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yeah,
Dirk
hey,
nigga good.
yeah, he good in the hood, ain't
Yeah, he good in the hood. Bro.
You shout out to Dirk, bro. That's a Dallas legend right there.
Shout out my goat,
But
man.
yo, can
Do we have
somebody tell
he?
Theo in the chat that's what it takes to get a fucking statue, not fucking one ring in 6 months?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, let me ask y'all this: did
Hey,
y'all like
hold on,
Bron's
hold on, hold on.
comments on the ring stuff?
What did he say?
Come on.
I
Y'all
didn't
both
see
was talking. Y'all
those.
both.
He
What'd you
said
say?
he said he was talking about
Oh
ring.
yes. No, no, no. LeBron's on some bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why. Because one ring made him the greatest player of all time, but now you want to say rings don't fucking matter? No, fuck that shit. That pissed me off.
Wait. What are you talking about?
LeBron said ring culture is bullshit, basically, because you won one ring, you can't be in the conversation with these people. Basically, he's like Steve Nash can't be in the conversation, Charles can't be in the conversation because they didn't win a ring. But then he wants to go and say because I won the 2016 ring, it makes me the greatest of all time. So a ring propelled your legacy, but it can't take away from anybody's legacy. Okay, bro.
I it was a weird comment because
Little
it's like,
narratives.
The narrative, exactly. Listen,
That is a little
hold up,
narrative.
Theo.
I can't lie,
Let
man.
me
That's a
finish my
little
rant.
narrative.
At the end of the
go
day,
ahead.
this is what I'm talking about, which I was talking with Charlie the other day. Michael's legacy is added because of the rings. You can be a great player, but your legacy is built with rings. Your legacy is built with moments. Bro, when Michael won in the flu game, that it was another moment when he was sick out of his whatever, well, what do we want to call it? The stomach bug
Food
game, whatever
poisoning.
he had, food poisoning game. The
Mhm.
guy built his legacy because he was any other normal human would not be able to do what he did. So that's why we add to his legacy. So I need to stop hearing about this shit about how rings don't matter. They matter. They're not the only thing that matters, but they matter. Everybody at this table, everybody in this chat added to Steph Curry's legacy when he won his 22 ring. So why are we taking away from rings? We need to not
Mhm.
roll only rings as the conversation, but they do fucking matter. I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Nah,
fucking
that was
matter.
I didn't I I agree with one part of what he said. I agree with him saying that, hey, yes, we don't need to diminish these guys' careers because they never won a ring. Yes, it is still a team award. But as Hong just said, that shit does matter. I'm not going, like, we talk about Tracy McGrady, we talk about Grant Hill, we talk about all these other great wings, right? We talk about AI, you know, they are not in the same realm as Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all of them. They're in a different tier. Y'all earn that. Shaq and them, Tim Duncan, Akeem, Jokic, like, even though Jokic has, they're in a different tier because they got to a level those guys didn't get to and won it. There has to be something to make you the best. Bron, you came back from 3-1 in the finals.
That matters. That's part of his
That
legacy.
matters.
Bro,
You
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 gotta
should
understand what
want
Brian
you
was
should
doing. Brian was lying for his homeboy. That's all he was doing, bro. Nash is sitting right in
listen.
front of him. He's just trying to make Steve Nash feel
No, he
better.
was trying to minimize the 6 chips. Let's keep that a
He
stack.
was.
No,
He
it
was doing a
might
little bit of both.
and
A little bit of
honestly
both.
it might be a little bit of both, like Cam
Yeah, he was
said.
doing a little bit of
But
both.
at the end of the day, that does matter, right?
It does matter.
Like
To an extent, it does matter.
it does. Like we can't put Chris Paul, and Chris Paul is my guy. It's gonna be hard to put Chris Paul in the realm with Magic Johnson and
Isaiah
fucking
Steph.
Thomas.
what's in the Isaiah Thomas, Steph. He's below or tier below that, but he's not at those guys' level because he ain't won the chip. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think any competitor would say the same thing because at the end of the day, no one's saying you're not nice, but those guys are a little bit different level because they got there. Now, I think it does matter of when you want it. Now, if you want it by just going to a team and you didn't play and then they want it, that's a little different.
Yeah.
If you still like one of the main guys, even if like you're a 6 man, but you play starters minutes, you earn that right. All right, bet. Yeah. You went to go get your ring, boom, boom, boom. And you're up there with those guys. But I think you have to have those things to separate guys from the others. That's ultimately why Jordan is people still have Jordan as the best. The motherfucker never lost in the finals.
And could have ran
That,
off more if he
like
didn't get suspended
and
for
could
the
have
most part.
he
He didn't get
stopped,
retired.
came back, and started winning. He won 3 more in a row. That shit matters.
The
And
problem
I don't
is,
care what nobody.
go ahead,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
huh?
I think the problem is that uneducated basketball fans use it too much. It is
Yeah.
when we're nitpicking like between Tracy McGrady, arguably one of the greatest scorers in the last 20 years, to someone like D Wade. That's what elevates D Wade because we're talking about marginal
Mm-hmm.
things. Bro, when D Wade
Exactly.
won that championship, that's what made his legacy even greater. So it's like we
Mm-hmm.
can't use it as the end all be all because then we're gonna have Robert Ory above fucking all these guys. But Robert Ory was a
Mm-hmm.
very good player in his day, but we just
And
can't
he's
use it
like
as
a
the
Hall of
only
Famer.
metric. It has to be
Yeah.
we have to be talking apples to apples, and the ring is what puts a cherry on top. But I'm just so sick of hearing this bullshit. Rings don't matter. Why the fuck do we play
And
basketball? Did you play basketball just
yeah,
to have fun? Like, let's talk about it.
let's just be honest though. Let's just be honest though. And this is just my opinion. We look at LeBron James and D Wade as one of the greats because they also did it with them being the main. Like LeBron's always
Main
been the main
guys.
guy. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron's championships, he was the guy. They're not winning that shit without LeBron James. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like you saw what they were when he left. But if D Wade doesn't get that championship with Shaq against Dallas, are we looking at D Wade the same way?
Hell no,
I don't know.
no
No.
way.
Because then
You just you,
I would say this: if he didn't get that ring, I said not saying he'd be over him. The debate between Harden and D Wade would be a lot closer. That's all I'm gonna
There's
say.
no debate because of D Wade, because what
There's
D
no
Wade
debate
did in
because he won that ring.
2006. It
Exactly.
has
There's no
nothing to do
debate
with
because
this
yes,
Miami because of how what
yes.
did he have 30 a game from game
36.
3 on? No, I'm talking from game 3 on. He was just dropping 30 balls.
It was 36. He was he was
It's
averaging
just
36 on that.
it's like we can't talk about it. Like we seriously can't, bro. It doesn't mean that James Harden is not a great player. We're not going to disrespect James Harden. He's one of the he might be the most potent offensive one man offense ever. We saw what he did when he was averaging 50 for a month and having 8, 12, 15 assists. But
Yeah.
what D Wade did adds to his legacy, man, and that's all I'm talking about. Is Usain Bolt the fastest alive if he doesn't win a gold medal and just has the fastest world record in a race that didn't matter?
Yeah.
Winning in the biggest moments matter. I don't care if
And
you're the
that's where
fastest
it
man
comes to
alive.
and I'm gonna be honest with you. Until Steph really won in 2022, people were still like, we need Steph to be the guy and
I
win
didn't
one.
I didn't
And
have
when
him
he went
above.
and win one,
I didn't have him in the
when he
same
did,
tier as Magic until that ring.
yeah, and when he
Me
did,
too.
there's nothing,
Yeah.
there was nothing you could say about Steph anymore. Nothing.
Yeah.
Because he went through adversity. He was down 2-1 to Boston, going back and was in Boston for game 4 and put the team on his back. And then went and
Agreed.
beat Boston.
And then he
Yeah.
said,
That solid.
"This is the
That's
last game y'all winning in game 3."
yeah.
It was a
Like
game
it
last
was,
year.
it was curtains. You know what I'm saying? That solidified. We're and think about that as fans and as people watching the game. It took him to do that after he already had 3 for us to be
Put
like, now,
You can
Steph,
enter
you
the
are
LeBron,
yes.
Bill
Now you're in that
conversation,
criteria.
Hakeem. And
Yes.
that's it. It doesn't mean he's better. It doesn't mean Allen Iverson wasn't a better like he wasn't more skilled. It just means your career and legacy is greater than someone that doesn't have those things. We're not gonna sit here and say that Jalen Brown, at least I won't, is a better player than Tracy McGrady because I don't believe that. But does he had a
Mm,
better career and a better has more achievements? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So that adds to his NBA
mhm.
player, but I'm not going to sit here and say skill for skill. If I put them in their prime, he's a better player. That's not the conversation
Right.
we're having. We're talking about NBA
Because
careers.
if you ask any NBA player, there's always a guy that no one in their right mind knows who the fuck they are. And we could be like, if he didn't do some fuck shit when he was younger, he would have been an NBA player. If he didn't do some fuck shit when he was in college, he's an NBA player. He would have been nice. Everybody has somebody like that. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That doesn't mean like I've said this before. When Harry Giles was like 3 years younger than me. When the motherfucker was a freshman, he was better than me. I never said that about anybody. When he came back from his injury to I think it was a sophomore, freshman. I can't even fucking remember. He was unbelievable. I was like, this motherfucker is cold. Like at that age in high school, and you know everybody feel like they the man in high school. Harry Giles was a guy, but like I will defer to him because he has a mismatch every single night. And I think in those situations, guys got the people need to understand. And the only thing I didn't agree with Braun is just like, look, rings do matter. You know that. That's why you had to go get what you got. You knew you had to win one in fucking Miami. You had to win multiple in Miami. You had to win one in Cleveland because you didn't win one and you left. You went to win one. You came back and did that. And you know you had to go to Lakers and win one. And you did that. You done it, bro. You good.
Well, Theo,
You
that's a
you
great point. Why would you leave if rings don't matter? Why didn't you just stay in Cleveland, bro?
Yeah.
he knew. He knows. He knows. That's why I said it's a little bit of both. It's a
It's a
little
little
bit of
narrative.
having Steve Nash being in front of him and making sure he gets his flowers. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you could sit in front of Steve Nash and be like, well, Steve, but you don't got no rings. You're not gonna say that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's your co-host.
Yeah.
So
That's
you're
the
of course
homie.
you're gonna sit there. That's the homie. You're not gonna sit there and bash his head in or be like, yo, well, you had to get some rings to. But
Yeah.
my thing is, you should ask Steve, like Steve, do you and he might have, I didn't watch the shit. But like, Steve, do you
Okay.
feel like you are not in the same tier because you haven't gotten the rings? And just hear what he say. I'm willing, I honestly might ask that from now on my pod. Do you think rings matter as far as being at a certain tier?
I don't know
Yeah.
anybody that played basketball to lose, so you tell me.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Anyways, I know you got to get out of here, Theo, so let's get to the last thing. I'm gonna play the
All right.
clip quickly. Oh shit. What y'all think about that, man? What y'all think about the Caitlin Clark hating, man? It's getting out of hand in my
Man,
it's getting
shout out,
OD, bro.
shout out Caitlin Clark, man. She really is the MJ of this WNBA shit.
I don't know why I
That's
had
all.
music, by the way, but shit, whatever. We cool.
I'm
Also, I'm
not
gonna
gonna
say,
hold you, bro. Go ahead,
huh?
Cam.
No. You go because I was gonna actually pivot to something else, but
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. She really might be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
no, it's not even a mic. She is like they're proving it every day. The worse it gets, the better it's proving the point that she is.
Bro, for our own eyes in our generation, like we saw Mike, but we didn't really see Mike. Well, I didn't.
I
Hong,
didn't.
you did.
I
I
damn
didn't
sure
see
didn't.
Mike. No, I didn't. I barely saw
You
Vince,
didn't
bro.
either. You
I didn't see
barely saw.
Mike.
You
Yeah,
did.
I
Okay.
barely saw
I
Vince.
saw the
Yeah.
real goat.
Dog, the fact that we're
This
seeing
guy just said he
someone
saw the
this.
real goat. Stop that, bro.
Oh my
Mike is the
God!
goat.
Here he goes. The fact that we're seeing someone literally transcend a whole league, like this is where it gets different. Where they have to understand, you have to protect her at all cost.
Oh
She's
yeah,
Not
I'm
now.
gonna hold that thought.
I
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
Someone
and
did try to protect
that
her.
Yo,
that's
she's probably beat
no
her
cap,
head.
no, bro. That's why they brought her there. She's a crash out, and
She's
she
a
will.
she tried to knee her head.
Yes, bro. She's a
That's
crash out.
crazy.
She said, "What's
The
up?"
crazy, yeah, she's a crash out. She'll fight.
Dog,
I
that's
don't know what's wrong.
crazy. Yeah, nah. Shout out to her. Shout out
Yeah,
Sophie.
but I'm not saying you supposed to pamper her and not touch her, but I don't mind the altercations and whatever. But as far as like understanding, like she's the Braun of our generation. Like she's like, you gotta understand. You will call they're gonna call her Caitlin. What you think about this? Caitlin, what you think about that? That opinion matters. If she tweets something and says she likes something, guess how much more that thing is gonna increase.
Hey,
They're
Sophie
able to
Cunningham's. Go ahead. Go ahead.
they're able to expand because Caitlin
Of her.
Clark came into the WNBA.
Hey, if you're a WNBA player, don't you just want to go play with Caitlyn because your brand automatically elevates? Bro, Sophie's following has probably gone insane since she joined the Fever. Let's just be honest.
Oh, it's been stupid.
I've seen her
Why do you think
in so
Kelsey
many
Mitchell
people.
didn't go nowhere?
I don't know, man. Like
Bro,
it's
her and Leah Boston, bro, they're not going nowhere.
Yeah, they good.
They good,
Hey,
bro.
until it's crazy. Paige is hooping. You don't even hear about Paige.
She's
The
hooping.
team sucks, but
Paige
she's
is
hooping.
nice.
And then you
That's my favorite
and then
player.
you think about the only person that will be close to Caitlin,
Juju.
maybe get close, is Juju.
Nah, she won't. Juju don't have the game, bro. It's the flash of Caitlyn, bro.
Well, Juju got the
Oh,
game.
I
Juju's
mean, like,
intricate,
sorry,
man.
I'm talking about
Juju got the game.
she got the game, like she could play, but I'm talking about the flashy game. Like Juju's very like get to my spots and get my buckets. No
Yeah,
different than
yeah, yeah,
Pages.
yeah.
Like she just don't have the I'm pulling up from 30 feet, put through on the hedge. You give me a little space, you give me a little daylight, I'm pulling. So Juju has the game, but she doesn't have the appeal that Caitlyn. I don't think there will ever be anybody like Caitlyn. That's just my opinion. There's no
I
Steph.
agree. I agree.
There's not another
Yeah,
Steph.
Yeah.
yeah.
She, she's
Uh,
she's she's Steph, but is Michael Jordan esque
for them,
impact
for
for the
them.
WNBA. Yeah.
Also, real quick, did y'all see that video with Kelsey Plum not trying to
Oh, I
sign
did see it.
autographs? How you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
about
That was
that?
kind of
I thought that was kind of
Well,
crazy a
there's
little
two
bit.
things. I'll give you guys a stage. So, I mean, if you want the attention and you want more money,
That's the point I was making. Yeah,
but
yeah.
the flip side of it is, I think it's just a card seller that wanted her autograph.
I mean, but either way, does that not still help your
that's what they
visibility?
do. That's what they
It's,
want to do.
it's marketing, bro. Like,
I
You
mean,
could choose to do it, you could choose not to do it. But like this is my thing. I guess it's something they're not used to.
yeah,
But like I said, for NBA players, like I said, I play. We could get in at 3 o'clock in the morning. Them motherfuckers standing right out there. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, if you're willing to stand out there at 3 o'clock in the morning, all right, fuck it, bro. You really want this thing signed that bad? Here, boom, boom, boom. Like to go and tell somebody they're weird, y'all don't think this is kind of now, like I said, we don't know the whole context. They might have been out
Yeah,
there a couple times. They
yeah,
might have, if they said some fucked up weird stuff, that's different. But if they just standing out there and I don't know, there has to be a little bit more to come out about that. But
yeah,
from what we saw, that's normal. We've seen that
yeah,
multiple times.
yeah.
Bruh, I'm in Puerto Rico. There was somebody outside sitting next to the chicken asking me for my autograph.
Next
Like,
to the
yo,
chicken.
like they literally waited there until I got there to sign a card of me. I wasn't gonna be like, yo, you're fucking weird because you're in Puerto Rico asking me for an autograph.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
You
no,
know
I,
what
I
I'm saying?
understand
Like,
that. But I think the flip side of it is like she probably knows they're just trying to trade her cards. So she's probably like, nah, I don't want to sign you. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
But what's the issue
we
with that?
all we all know that. We
They
all
trying to
know
trade
that
your
though.
car, bro.
No,
I
but
think that's
it's
good.
like Theo, if you had actual fans, you ain't gonna mind signing it at 3 a.m. Like if you had people
Mm.
that said, "Yo, I've been watching you since you're UNC. Now you're in Puerto Rico. I get a chance to watch you play." Yeah, you cool, but like you just trying to make bread off my signature. So it's like, why do I want to sign? I get both sides of it. Like you want the attention, so you got to accept it. But it's like in that specific case, as we don't know, it looked like they just had a bunch of trading cards. So I can see them be like, all you do is want me to sign this to make money. So aren't you weird waiting outside my hotel? But that's my thoughts on it.
Hey, look,
I
you
see it.
knocking that nigga hustle. Like I said, it's not like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never said no or walked by somebody who was doing that because you just ready to go to the room, but like stopping and telling them they're weird.
That weird is crazy because, like,
Just
my
keep
nigga, they
walking.
just, yeah. Why,
I
Just
I
hear
keep
gotta
you.
be
walking.
weird, bro?
Her teammate right in front of her kept walking.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All right. That's it for the show. Theo's got to run. Any last words, any predictions before we sign up, gentlemen?
Nah,
All
we
right,
already
Indiana
did our
tonight,
predictions.
Game 7. Tune in Sunday.
Yep.
Hopefully, them boys could get it there so we can watch a
Adam Silver
Game 7.
making
That'll
a
be
call. Scott Foster will be there tonight. It will go game 7.
Is Scott Foster there tonight?
I don't know. I'm just saying that shit.
Let's see.
Probably. I think he is. I could be
No
wrong.
Scott Foster tonight. Thunder by a million. That's the first tweet I
Uh,
saw when I typed in Scott Foster.
uh, no extender. Sad. But
Looks like
either way, yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually want the Pacers to win, by the way, guys, and you guys know why.
Yeah, me too. I won't be shocked they lose, but
I just
I
lost my
technically
bread
said
because of OKC.
I
So,
technically said OKC in 6. I technically did say that, but I want them to go 7.
hey, by the way, before we sign up, did y'all see what Shay's dad said to Jeff Teague?
Nope,
Y'all
Yeah,
didn't see
well,
that?
I didn't.
Jeff Teague says he was shooting blanks, and he said, "I'll breed your girl for you. Don't worry, I got good genes. I make MVPs." It was insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
shit.
It was. I
That's,
sent it to Theo, Cam. I'll send it to you, but it was
yeah, send me
insane.
that shit. That's
Just
All right,
crazy.
y'all. We appreciate
all
y'all. We'll
right.
see y'all. We'll see y'all
Appreciate y'all.
Monday.
Happy
Indeed.
Juneteenth
Peace.
to Black people.
Yeah.
Happy Juneteenth.
Jesus Christ.